Joining us now is a Republican Texas Congressman and member of the House Foreign Affairs and House Armed Services Committees, Ronny Jackson. Congressman, thank you for taking time on this Saturday afternoon. So much news to get into. I want to start with the ceasefire in the Middle East. You heard from our report there from Trey Yingst in Gaza City. It's holding, but there is also a sense that it could unravel. What is your reaction this morning?
Well, I hope the ceasefire holds, Griff. I really do, but I don't think that it will. And one of the reasons I don't think that it will is because this country, the United States, President Biden's administration and Congress have not been decisive and quick enough in acting on this. And it's in large part because the agenda in Congress is being driven by, quite frankly, the anti-Semitic squad that's controlling everything that's happening in Congress across the board, including our interactions and our support for Israel in this. And if you don't think we're being tested, you're crazy, because people all over the world, Iran, the Palestinians, Hamas, they're all looking to see how we handle this, and we have not handled this well. And I just think this is just really unveiled how the Democrat Party has changed so much over the last decade or so, and how these people that are driving from the socialist Marxist minority in the party are influencing it. And I'll give you an example. In 2014, about 300 rockets were launched into Israel, and the Democrats led a resolution condemning Hamas over this. We had 4,000 rockets launched into Israel this time in less than 10 days, and they would not do that again, and they're not capable of it at this point. And so I just think that things have really changed, and the Democrats in general have really abandoned our support for Israel, and this is going to be a problem for us going forward with peace in the Middle East. Congressman,
as a member of the House Foreign Affairs Committee, what are you, both your Republican side and Democrat colleagues, doing to address the Middle East situation?
Essentially nothing, and that's part of the problem. I'm on the subcommittee for the Middle East and counterterrorism as well, and we have one hearing scheduled for the next few weeks, and that hearing addresses transnational white supremacy and terrorism. We're not talking about this. The subcommittee that should be responsible for leading the charge on this in Congress is not talking about it, and that's a big problem. And I sent a letter to the committee chair and to the subcommittee chair last week expressing my concerns on this, and basically demanding that we start talking about Israel and our support for Israel and what we can do to help our number one ally in the democracy in the Middle East.
I want to change gears, Congressman. You're talking about who's talking. Vice President Kamala Harris. Today is 60 days since she held any sort of press conference, and of course critics, I'm suspecting like yourself, also criticizing her for not visiting our southwest border. What are your thoughts? Why won't she go?
Well, because the border's a disaster, and she doesn't want to be identified with it either. I really think that President Biden put her in charge of it without her even knowing about it, it seems like, because from day one, she's wanted to have nothing to do with the border. And I don't blame her. It's a disaster down there if you go down there. We are overwhelmed right now. We had 174,000 people that we know about that crossed our border in April, and that's an increase of 944% from April of last year. March was a record year as well. We've got, this is a huge burden for our country economically. It's going to be a healthcare crisis for us. It's going to be a criminal and terrorism crisis for us. The border is an absolute mess right now. We have record numbers of heroin, methamphetamine, cocaine, fentanyl crossing our border. We have some long-term issues that we're going to have to deal with on this, and she does not want to be a part of it, but she needs to get down there, and we need to stop this. The Democrats think that we're going to stop talking about this because they're going to get the press to stop talking about it, and that's really what's going on right now. Is they're relying on the mainstream media to not talk about it anymore, and they think if they don't talk about it, it'll go away.
Congressman, just quickly, in the 30 seconds we've got left, it appears that Republicans and Democrats are a long ways apart when it comes to infrastructure.
Yeah, infrastructure is not going to get done right now. I don't think the Democrats won't back off of all the social spending that they have in there. There's only about 6% of the initial money that they put forward that actually deals with anything to do with infrastructure. And we're just not in a position anymore in this country to continue to spend trillions and trillions of dollars of our kids' and grandkids' money on this kind of garbage to support the social agenda that the left's pushing right now.
You mentioned the squad before on another issue, but we did see them almost tank the Capitol Security Supplemental. Do you anticipate them playing a role in this infrastructure talks?
I think they probably will. Like I said, they control a lot of almost everything that happens in that party right now. They're in complete control.
Congressman Ronny Jackson, thank you very much for taking time.